Walking Dead fans are so very passionate in the most awesome ways and then sometimes in the most frightening of ways.
We wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for the fans. Are they passionate? Yeah, they're passionate. I've been bitten. People's pets are named after me. This girl showed me a picture of her baby that was just born and named it Ritas.
Little ass kicker.
Mostly what I get a lot of are crocheted little Father Gabriel dolls that I'm not sure why.
Dolls here and there of Carl merchandise. A lot of pudding. Get a lot of pudding.
I received a severed finger. Not a real severed finger, a fake severed finger.
I'm Melinda Gray, and I'm a super fan. I make a few items, Walking Dead related. They bite me grease rags, like the ones that Daryl carries in his pocket.
You can't see yourself. You can.
Then we do the Lucille's that have the bullet in them, and they're real wood.
This is Lucille, and she is awesome.
I never thought I would be making bats with blood on them, no.
The creativity of the fans is amazing. I think it's my favorite when I see what they have done, what they've built, what they've created.
I was a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and I just wanted to paint something like a zombie or a character of the show or something.
The strangest ones are tattoos.
People scarring their bodies for the show is a new thing.
A woman came up to me the day before my first episode. I am King Ezekiel. Welcome. She pulled up her pant leg. My entire body sitting on that throne, all over her thigh. Darling, I hope I haven't disappointed you. They are our guests.
You know, the doctor was about to put me under, and he's like, so who dies?
Don't hurt my little girl.
And I, like, totally told him off. I'm like, not the time, not the time.
My name is Robert Scott. I am Dr. Eugene Porter of the Human Genome Project.
Eugene brings the sex, right? Yeah. Chris Twellman, people know me as German Abraham. 2 years ago, I quit my job in Germany, moved to the States, and here I am. I live my dream.
Melissa Coppage, I'm the manager of the Woodbury shop where they filmed The Walking Dead. Walking Dead fans are like no other. It is a family.
Ben's my brother, and Nicole is my wife. And interesting enough, we actually met through the love of The Walking Dead. She saw me at a convention dressed as the governor, and she had come down from Canada with her ex at the time, and that's how we met.
So you ditched your ex for the governor?
Yes, I did. Downstairs, we have a museum, and we have some relics from the show. Daryl's bike, the chair, the dentist chair that Andrea met her demise in. And the cast have all signed the walls, and they've all weathered pretty well, except for maybe Norman's. We're suspecting possibly people are licking it. I don't know, but it's fading, and it's the only one.
I should get, like, flavored ink pens, if that's the case.
One of the best things about being on the show is that you can make people smile by meeting them and just saying hi and shaking their hand or giving them a hug and stuff. That's such an amazing thing.
The fan experience is gratifying because the show is so big, but the experiences feel so personal. I'm really glad that sometimes this show can offer that.
Fan mail that I get from Carol fans is so inspiring because I get stories of men and women that just have the car who survived abusive relationships, and Carol inspired them to leave. It doesn't have to be this way. You can turn back and you can go home. Nobody has to get hurt.
It's looking like someone's got to get hurt.
And it inspires me to get even closer to who Carol is. Don't, please!
I'm okay. More often than not, just, you know, it's an acting gig and you go and you do your job as best you can. But when young men and women come to me and say, you helped me come out to my parents, you or the reason why I was able to fully embrace my sexuality.
Who are you?
I don't think I've ever had that sort of satisfaction as an actor ever in my life.
Well, that's what it is. It's just a really special relationship between the show and the fans.
You're okay?
I'm okay. The baby's okay. All of us.
Almost none of them knew each other in the beginning, and yet they're family. They have this closeness and this will to survive that I think back then you'd look at some of those characters and think, oh, they're never gonna make it.
You know, looking back from episode 1 until episode 100, just to see how different the show is and how the characters that are still around have changed, it really feels like it's been a remarkable journey.
You know, I think Daryl's had a crazy evolution of how he started out and who he was in the beginning and who he is now.
Got something you want to tell me?
Your brother was a danger to us all. So I handcuffed him on a roof, hooked him to a piece of metal.
And you left him there?
I played, the first, 4 seasons with this chip on my shoulder and wouldn't really, look at people and...
Are you all right?
Let me be!
He wasn't proud of who he was. He wasn't proud of where he came from. He wasn't proud of his big brother.
Where you going? Back where I belong.
He basically was gonna be his big brother at the end. And through the course of playing on the show, his dynamic changed within the group and his character changed on the show. People started to rely on him and he kind of became a man.
How are you feeling?
About as good as I look.
Brought you some dinner. You must be starving.
You get to see characters evolve in really clear, distinct, powerful human ways. And you get to see your colleagues get to explore that.
You did more for my little girl today than her own daddy ever did in his whole life.
Carol, most definitely, I think, has probably had one of the biggest of who she was in the beginning and who she is now.
Yeah, I told Albert I want the kids' hat after they bleed them out.
Keep your finger off the button and drop it.
I am proud of the role that I'm playing. I'm proud of the role that the writers have written for Carol.
The men they pulled from that train car, where are they?
I don't think there's a single character that you can go back to the beginning and say, oh, you're the same person. They would all react differently now to situations they had back then.
Rick, I want you to take your axe. Cut your son's left arm off, right on that line. Yeah, I know. You're gonna have to process that for a second. That makes sense. Still, though, I'm gonna need you to do it, or all these people are gonna die. Last year was about Negan kind of pulling the rug out from underneath Rick and showing him who the boss was.
Just do it.
You answer to me. You belong to me.
You've got to go somewhere to get somewhere. You needed to see this person be demolished in order to sort of work out how he rebuilds.
Put it down! Put the gun down!
He started as the visible embodiment of law and order.
Jesus. Hey, you, Rick, underneath all that man bush, I would not have messed with that guy.
He's been beaten and bent out of shape by pain.
But that's not you anymore, is it?
And the horrors of this new landscape.
Please take it.
And I think that the show was always intended to be about change and how human beings are infinitely adaptable. But they adapt to environments, and sometimes those adaptations are cruel and calcifying and ugly and brutal. The thing that I love about the show is that there's still hope.
I told you already, I'm gonna kill you. All of you. You're all already dead.
I think the end of 7, we saw Rick kind of become Rick again. And now in season 8, it's balls to the wall.
This day, we begin to reshape this world. The damned are upon us!
It's mayhem.
I don't die.
Season 8 is bananas.
It's what the audience, I think, deserves.
Fighting and falling.
I've been fighting since the farm. Can't stop now.
Doing a lot of gunfire and a lot of, just craziness. It's just so much action. Obviously we're going into war with Negan.
It's pretty amazing.
I just want to acknowledge that it's taken 100 episodes for Rick Grimes to come up with a good plan. Ladies and gentlemen, he has one.
We need to win.
It means the world to me to see it get to 100 episodes because it's a really personal story for me, and it's something that I really love doing and something that I really care about. And to get to 100 episodes, it means that the audience loves it as much as I do and cares about it as much as I do. So to get that kind of overwhelming support from the fan base that has allowed it to last for as many years as it's last, to reach this milestone is a really big deal.